What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Texas to Tennessee podcast, the West Tennessee edition. But before I get to who I recorded last night, I want to take time to thank Key Corner Food Mart in Halls, Tennessee. Joe and the gang over there. Joe's always been super supportive of music in general, local independent music. So it makes sense for Joe to be the one to step up. But I'm definitely appreciative of what Joe does, or what he's doing for the podcast and for just music in the area in general. If you're a West Tennessee or Mid-South business interested in helping keeping this thing rolling and interviewing as many local people as we can get to, reach out to me. I got emails all over the place, any messengers, any of that stuff. Just get in touch with me. It all goes to helping promote local independent music and keeping this thing rolling. So, thank you for Key Corner Food Mart. And so last night in Memphis, Tennessee, before the Snowmageddon, at Hernando's Hideaway, the Filthy Heathens were going to play. They've been on the podcast before, on the main podcast. And then they were going to come back on and record another episode because they've got new music dropping that they recorded out in Muscle Shoals. So that was going to happen anyway. And then we found out that Lenox Creek was going to open for them, which made complete sense. That me and Travis have been bouncing around the idea about them being the first person to do this local thing anyway. And then they were going to be at Hernando's, which is one of my favorite venues, period. And then them being in that opening spot, it just made complete sense that the time was now to record that episode. And so happy for Lenox Creek. They've been opening for several friends of the podcast, Adam Hood, Alex Williams, folks like that. So happy for the guys. They've got music all over streaming platforms. So go follow Lenox Creek. Wherever you stream your music, hit that follow button. They've got new music coming, which we talk about in the podcast. And yeah, make sure to give them a follow. Make sure to give the podcast a follow too. If you don't subscribe, it's free on YouTube and all that stuff. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a rating. Give us some comments. Wherever you stream your music, we're there too. Spotify, Apple, all that stuff. Hit the follow button. If you've got friends that you know listen to podcasts or just music nerds like the rest of us, pass along Lenox Creek's music, Filthy Heathens music, and the podcast, please. It helps everybody involved. So anyway, here's the episode. Give it a listen and leave some comments. Let me know what y'all think of the boys. See you.
You've arrived at the Texas to Tennessee podcast, your home for your favorite independent artists and a couple of guys you've never heard of.
Who?
It was Texas, it was Tennessee. It was what I had coming to me. You were unlike anything.
We are at Hernando's Hideaway in Memphis we've been talking about doing this podcast for a long time. So I'm here with Lenox Creek. Man, we've tried to schedule this several different times.
Glad to be here with you, buddy. I watch your podcast all the time. I'm a big fan of you.
Appreciate that, and I'm kind of glad it happened the way it did as far as where we're at. This is cool night y'all got here, and the venue too.
We was lucky enough for a shot to play Hernando's. That's a pretty big deal for us, you know. Thank you to Filthy Heathens for giving us that opportunity.
That's I know you're in the opening spot, and I know you haven't seen them live yet. But they're a great band and good dudes and all that stuff too.
I've been watching their videos. They're full of energy. It looks like, for sure.
Definitely. Yeah. Clothing may or may not be optional by the time it's all done, but it's good stuff, man. They're just a good rock and roll band. All right, well, for folks that don't know, I thought when we were talking about this, walking up here, I'm like, it's kind of odd interviewing somebody that I've known half my life, right?
So you know everything about me already.
Like,
just talk to me.
well, this is it. The end of this podcast already, right?
That's right.
But for folks that don't know who Lenox Creek is, give them a rundown.
All right, we are Lenox Creek. We're out of Dyer County, Tennessee. We started this band probably, I guess, about 5 years ago. Got some guys together and started writing songs and trying to put music to them and tried to build it from there. You know, I've been at it for, I know, 4 or 5 years. Ronnie's behind the scenes over here taking his own videos. But how long have we been in this? About 4 years?
Too long.
About 4 years.
Too long.
Too long.
Not long enough.
Too long.
I say keep it going. Not long enough.
Understand.
But yeah, we just like writing songs. All grown, married men, you know, that play in a band together. So it's a blessing for us to even be able to get out and play music, you know, live, and you know, lucky enough to have our women that support us and everything like that. So we're blessed, you know. That's what I say. So.
All right, so we like to kind of start the podcast off kind of an icebreaker question. It's called the pie question, right? It's not real pie. I know you'll be disappointed on that. But it is a musical pie. It's made up of 4 sections, right? You got songwriting, performance, studio, and then the business, socials, everything else. Fixing the truck, getting to the gigs, all that crap. All right, which one of those is home for you?
I would say songwriting. I mean, that's the reason I got into it. You know, I had inspiration in the family that I looked up to, and songwriting was always it for me. You know, I didn't care about playing live or anything like that. I was just in love with songwriting. You know, and it led to this. So that's where it began, and we're still here working.
Which one of those things do you end up finding where you end up spending most of your time? Is it still songwriting, or is it all the rest? I know Ronnie helps out with a bunch of stuff.
Ronnie changes the flat tires. Okay?
Songwriting takes most of our time. I mean, you know how it is. You can go in there one day and write a whole song in a few minutes, and the next time you go in there, it takes 4 months to finish up the song.
We've got 3 or 4 that are we like 1 line or 2 lines.
We got 15 or 20 we like 2 or 3 lines on, you know. So that's just the way it is, but we enjoy that. So
it's like working a puzzle.
We get to hang out with each other and just throw ideas around and then see what we come up with. That's what takes most of our time, I say. You know.
Well, that's good, because you know a lot of times people will say the songwriting part or performance or whatever might be what they like to do, but it ain't what they get to do the most of. You know, they got to do the business side of it, or the this and the that, and that takes up, you know, a lot more time.
Right.
So that's cool that you're in the position. You know, y'all are in the position to where
I mean, we
it's
just make
evenly,
time.
Distributed between everybody.
Yeah.
So.
And we all get together at least one night a week and try to knock something out, whether it be a riff to a song or a verse to a song or a bridge, you know, whatever we need to work on. But we try to make it once a week that we get together so we can make progress anyway, you know. Even if we're not playing live, we can still make progress playing, you know. So
we get pretty excited about it when we write. We have to raise our hands in order to speak.
Yeah, Ronnie makes us raise our hand when we want to speak at right songwriting because we get so excited.
Well, let's back up a little bit. So I know, Travis, you did you still play some covers and all that kind of stuff, but originally, I know that's what like all of us, that's what you started out playing.
Me and one of my good buddies, his name Derek Wells, phenomenal songwriter, beautiful voice. I mean, he can sing, play, everything, and we started playing together about, I guess, 10 years ago, and we did the cover song deal for about 2 years there, and you know, I fell in love with songwriting, and I kind of lost interest in that side of it, you know. So I went down, instead of playing so many shows live singing cover songs, I went down the songwriting path, and that's what led us to Lenox Creek.
And I know Derek, like his style of songwriting is different than what you're trying to do.
It is.
But it just showed you that can happen.
It can happen, you know what I mean? He had good success with it, and me and him were playing every day together. So, you know, he gave me inspiration, you know. I find inspiration in songwriters, you know, saying, hey, if they can do it, maybe we can too, you know. So.
Well, I know that was always a thing because, you know, we would send music back and forth, you know, check out this guy, check out that. And it was usually more about the songwriting than it was the artist too, but also the songwriting was a huge part of that.
I can honestly say that you have introduced me to more artists that I've fell in love with than anybody that I know, by far. I mean, for a while there, it was every day you was introducing me to somebody new, you know. So
then I picked up other hobbies, and I don't have time for shit no more. But yeah, I think about that too. Like, it sounds odd to say it now because he's so hugely popular, but like you showed me Tyler Childers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I remember.
I think early on in the Red Barn album time period, right there. You know, I wasn't. You know, there's still people you find that like I've been deep diving into a guy named Logan Ryan. We've had him on the podcast, and I knew a few of his songs, but like he just released an album today, and like it's
awesome. You had to send me that. Let me check it.
Yeah, he's like a young guy with an old voice, like, and we like that. Oh, I don't know why, but that for some reason
draws
piques
us
our.
in.
Yeah, it does.
For sure. We have a lot of the same taste in music. I do miss us getting to share music back and forth, but you know, it just. Life gets in the way, you know, and that's the way it is. But
I understand. Well, I mean, we play gigs together and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So,
you've run our sound for the last 2 live shows that we've had. You know,
multifaceted.
You're multitasker.
And I'm cheap. So,
in his eyes.
In mine. Well, as far as when you first started trying to introduce your original songs out, I know you were still playing the cover gigs or whatever, and you try to force feed the originals.
Right.
How, like, was that intimidating, or was it because I got a good song here, I'm gonna let it roll no matter what?
Well, you know, every song that you write, you think is the best song ever. You know what I mean? And my thing was, as I would try to play a bunch of covers and put that song in there, you know, when I thought that everybody was settled down, you know, and listen to one of my songs or something like that, but then go back to covers. But nowadays it's you know, mostly original songs, and we'll throw in a few covers and we try to go, you know, every show throw in a different, you know, a couple different cover songs of bands that we like, you know. And most people don't understand or even ever heard of any of those people before, but we still love them and we play them, so. That's how we do it nowadays, but yeah, my nerves was the biggest thing, you know. Nobody's gonna like this song, you know. If nobody claps real loud for you when you get done with it, you're like, you know, that wasn't too good.
But to be fair, we've got, like, you asked me how many people have we interviewed, right? We probably got almost 200 people that we've interviewed, and they've all been through that. You know what I mean?
For sure,
with amazing songs, and maybe even a little higher on the ladder than you are right now, and still facing the same shit. You know,
definitely, it's about confidence, man. And
the band you're opening for tonight, they've been through it too. You know,
that's exactly right. Yeah, but I don't know. It's just a confidence thing. You know, everybody thinks they have good songs, but if it don't get a good reaction, you know, you kind of lose faith in that song and move on to the next one, and until you find one that does get a reaction. You know?
Do you remember? And this, I mean, we're at the venue, so there's sound checking and everything. So you know.
Oh yeah, they're jamming already.
It's all right. It's proves it's live and real, right? We're not AI, even though we look so handsome.
Yeah.
What?
It's not rehearsed.
Not rehearsed.
What? Do you remember besides family and like close friends, do you remember the moment when somebody you didn't know found your music?
I mean, you know, you have people comment on, hey man, you're awesome, I listen to all your stuff and everything like that. For us, it's the Probus brothers in Kentucky. You know, you went up there with us and played around there.
And they're in too, which is great.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. They're great guys, and they've been kind of our biggest supporters since day one. You know, they've been to shows all over that we wouldn't even expect them to show up at, that you look up and there they are, you know. So, you know, it kind of makes you feel good that you got somebody at least pulling for you, you know, at least rooting for you. And they make us feel good every time they're around us, you know. And they have us out. They have a Probus Bash every year up there that you went to, and we've played it 3 or 4 times, and they've been just so generous, man. Feed us, you know, pay us. I got into his El Camino and done a burnout with him before the show, you know, the last time I was there. So, I mean, they're just cool guys, and we love them to death, and that's probably the ones that you're talking about right there, you know, the first ones that really acknowledged us is them, you know, and they made us feel great.
That's, I mean, I'm sure that there's probably more, but that's those are the ones that kind of come to the light or whatever to the shows.
There's been tons of people that, you know, congratulate us on songs and stuff like that. But
I understand.
But they've been there since the beginning, you know, and really supported us the entire way. So we just love them to death.
Yeah, there's one guy, Ken, that came to our show in Kentucky.
Yeah, Mr. Ken.
And said, man, this is great. This is kind of like being able to bring your beer to church.
Yeah, it's like bringing your beer to church when you listen to Lenox Creek. So, yeah, he's a cool cat too. And, you know, it's just small people give you a little bit more, you know, confidence to keep moving forward. And that's all you can hope for, you know, really.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I asked that because, like, you know, friends and family, some of them will tell you that without ever even listening to it. You know what I mean?
You're right.
And that's nothing wrong with that. That's because you would do the same thing. You know what I mean?
You know how
you tell the kid he did great at the football game and you weren't even there. You know,
right, yeah.
But still, that's But when it's somebody you don't know, even from socials or whatever, I would imagine that's a little bit more. Reassurance.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. You go to these shows, and you know, songwriting it's a hard animal, you know, because nobody knows your songs, so you're really playing, you know, half the time you can't even hear the lyrics anyway, you know, while we're up there just jamming. Yeah. So you really can't connect with them for them to be able to listen to your lyrics anyway, and that's understandable, you know, because I've been to shows and not heard anything that anybody said too, you know.
Especially
having a good time.
Especially when you talk in between songs, right? You can sing a song and then be like,
yeah.
So, you know, that's just what it is. That's just how it is.
I really like the listening rooms.
Yeah.
People
The listening rooms
listen.
are the best, for sure. Because
places.
Oh yeah. The Backroom Lounge up in Riverton, they've had us up a couple times, and you know, I talk to the sound guy and Jeb, you know, every now and then, and we're gonna get back up there and play with them. But you go in there and it's just church pews, and you sit down, and everybody listens to your music. You know what I mean? There's no walking around and, you know, partying and all that stuff. Everybody's there to listen to your songs, and it makes you feel so good, you know, when somebody will sit there and listen to the song that you put your heart into.
That's what I talk about with on even a bigger scale is North Springs is the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a 3-day event, and people are there to hear the songs.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And they're there from the first person, you know what I mean?
Right.
Trying to shake off the night before.
Yeah.
And stay till midnight, you know what I mean, to hear whoever.
It's hard to find those places.
Right, and that's why we want to talk about them though, because like,
for sure.
I mean, like there's more than I know of, but you know, you're talking about the Back Room, then Robot Monkey, all these different ones, and their whole point is the music, which is awesome. Because
it's a good feeling that people support songwriters. I mean, because there's not many places that you can go in and have that, you know, intimate performance and people listen to you, you know.
I wish there were more.
I wish there was one in this area.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
definitely.
We talked about that. Kenny took a swing at that.
Yeah.
Understand. But it would be great to have one somewhere.
Yeah.
Within, you know, an hour distance of this area, this part of the world. Just for artists like, you know, we could all name people we would love to see in that setting.
And you can help them out, you know. When Kenny had his place at the Grassroot out in New Bern, Tennessee, that's what, you know, he did. You know, if there was an artist coming through, you know, that needed somebody somewhere to play to make gas money to the next gig, they'd come into the grassroots and play.
And y'all had Tony Logue.
Tony Logue. We had Brandon Martin.
West Ship's
West Ship.
Yeah.
Been there. Josh Morningstar. Billy Don Burns. Yeah. Billy Don Burns. He had a bunch of good.
Clint Park.
Clint Park was a great one. Yeah.
Yep.
He's just had numerous acts up there, man, that have been really good. And, there's singer-songwriters that are trying to get their start, and they're touring all around. And, Kenny was gracious enough to give them a place to play. You know how things are. Good things come to an end every now and then.
And Barbara was good enough to put up with me.
Yeah, Miss Barbara, Kenny's wife, was nice enough to let us do that so many years. But you have 2 or 3 years, wasn't it?
I mean,
from 2019 in October until COVID hit in March of 2020. It's not that big of a span.
But still.
We drew, it was an open mic stage, but we still had people that were playing their stuff. But we drew from 9 counties in Tennessee and several people out of Kentucky.
I guess that's just proof that some folk, if somebody out there that's got a little bit more, financial stability than the rest of us, people will come to hear the music.
Yeah,
if you book the artist, and I'm saying this without really knowing, but I feel like it's getting more popular. Not hugely popular, but it's getting like people are looking for that music more and more and more and more. I mean, it might be slowly, but it's
they're dying out, and they're longing for that. I mean, just because somebody's listening to you, they're watching you as well out in the audience. You know what I'm saying? So y'all are connected that way, and if you're playing, just random shows that are, just rocking out, and you can't really get that vibe. So I wish there was more like that.
Well, people are looking for human interaction now.
Most definitely.
They're tired of looking to the screens, perhaps.
Yeah. Do you?
Nothing against your podcast.
Watch the podcast.
Exactly.
Watch the podcast.
Look at your screen for at least 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Who was the first person you had the chance to open for that wasn't, a local person?
I would say probably Alex Williams.
Okay.
I got to open for Alex Williams in Slade, Kentucky.
Casper. Okay.
Yeah, Casper McWade was an early one that was gracious enough.
And I couldn't remember. I was thinking Hollerhead was one of the real early ones too, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember who was first.
Hollerhead is our buds. They're up in Kentucky.
Another one you introduced me to.
Yeah. Hollerhead's a fantastic band, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
and super nice, man.
Oh yeah. Jeremy and his wife, I've been to their house. I've recorded music at Jeremy's house. Yeah. And they're just so humble and sweet people, just good people. But they've got a phenomenal band.
And proud to say they're going to be at North Springs this October.
For sure,
I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
That's like a match made, in heaven, really.
Oh,
honestly.
they're going to eat them up. They love them.
The whole thing. The crowd is going to enjoy them, and they're going to and them. And I'm happy for Jeremy and the guys to be able to hang out and meet everybody that comes through there, because that is the cool thing about that one is, like, if y'all ever make that drive, there's really not really a difference between front of the stage and behind stage.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're all out and about. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. If you want to talk to somebody, just wait a minute. You'll find them.
Find somebody.
You'll find them.
Somebody wondering.
Which is. Dusty Dustin gets enough talk for me about this festival, but it's because it's true.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm happy for them. Let's talk about what for people that are finding your stuff now. What music do you have out there on all the streaming platforms?
We've got 5 or 8 songs on Spot. I got to look at Ronnie.
No, I got
he keeps up with all the.
He threw up fingers and it confused the shit out of me.
We've got.
You got what about 30 or 40% spread there between?
Oh yeah. We got 8 on Spotify, and and YouTube and
Apple and all that.
all the Apple, yeah, all the music spinning platforms.
So go wherever you stream your music and hit the follow button over there. So when
Yeah, for sure.
for them and for any other independent artist that you run across, because unfortunately the music business is you got to have a resume, and social media interactions, Spotify streams, all that stuff. It is just part of a piece of the resume for people to get bookings for opening spots and whatever else. It's just part of the deal that all independent guys have to put up with. So so make sure you hit that follow button. And partially saying that because you got new music coming.
We do. We just went to Missouri. What was it? Patton, Missouri. Patton, Missouri, and Blue Creek.
Cattle country.
Okay, yeah, I went somewhere different this time.
Yeah, we went to Missouri, and they've got he's got a beautiful ranch that's a studio sitting right in the middle of it. And there's a big window over the mixing board. You can just look out there at the cows and everything. But yeah, we went over there and cut three songs, Saturday and Sunday. What was it, about 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. And they're going to be released hopefully by spring. He's working on them now, so hopefully we can get that out to you before long, and they'll be on the same music platforms as our other music. But
and you're supposed to be you're cutting the music video.
yes, we're going to cut the music video to Slewfoot February the 7th at Checkers Bar in Dyersburg, Tennessee. We're going to get some shots there that's going to be in the music
Be part
video.
of it.
Yeah, so we're going to try to drop that single and the video at the same time, but we'll just have to see how it matches up and how it works out, So, but if not, then we'll release the song, and then shortly after we'll have a video too. We got a little acting to do.
I don't know if there's a right or wrong way. I don't think anybody's really got it all figured out as far as when to release what or whatever
See, that's
to
our
get
problem.
the traction.
My thing, I want to release
Even people
everything
that-
all at once.
Oh, I would be the same thing. Yeah. I would want to. It's like as soon as I wrote it, I'd want to release it, even without the band or anything. Like, well, here it goes.
The anticipation.
This could be the
is
rough version.
my problem.
I will release the next one or the real version in 6 months.
Yeah, I just want to get it out there and see if anybody likes it. You know what I mean? That's my biggest thing. Like, hey, I want y'all to listen to this song that we created. Tell me what you think.
Again, I don't even know if that's right or wrong. We've a guy that we've had on the podcast, Lance Rogers, which has his own pod called Falling Forward. He's kind of just said, screw it, I'm going to start releasing these songs as I write them, recorded it at home.
Yeah.
And he's done, I think, 3 so far, and it's nothing was wrong with the studio stuff, but it's also cool just to hear the kind of immediate whatever of those songs. So I don't even know if it's,
You never know. I mean, what is right? What's wrong?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Which he's musically smart enough to record that stuff and mix it at home and all that kind of stuff too, where I probably couldn't do that. But still, I'm glad to hear that too. There's nothing wrong with either way of it. I'm just glad that if you're having to wait for forever to record or whatever, I could see where you want to
just hurry up and get it out there.
Well, follow along with Lance and see how his stuff does, and you'll know he can be the guinea pig. Thanks, Lance. All right. Well, so the new music in the spring. That's going to be Slewfoot's going to be the first single off of it. But then there's going to be couple more songs to go along with that.
We recorded 3, so we're going to release the other 2 together is what we're thinking right now. I mean,
right.
It's what we figured, the way we're going to do it. But we got Slewfoot, we got a song called That's Me and Help Me Hank. And I think they're going to be great, you know what I mean? We had a great time writing them, had a great time recording them, and we're just excited for everybody to hear them.
So right before before we get to the rapid fire stuff, usually when we do not in person, but when we do these online, we're able to play those songs. You know what I mean? So what is Slewfoot? What's it about?
It's about not being able to take responsibility for your own actions.
I know it has something to do with lime Gatorade.
It's knowing that you're supposed to be living one way and you're living the other way. You know what I'm saying?
So if people see your socials and see the Gatorade bottle, what's up with that?
That's we threw in lemon lime Gatorade in the chorus.
Lemon lime Gatorade.
Yeah. So Ronnie.
Because of the next morning.
Yeah. You're waking up trying to cure the hangover.
I understand.
Ronnie does this thing on his phone and he gets bored a lot, you know. And he creates these little memes and everything. Yeah. So he sends us those, and we fired him the other day because of all the stuff that he was sending. And we rehired him back because he sent something that was pretty cool. So that's how our relationship is with our manager. So.
That's good. Not just the manager. I think I've been fired twice.
Oh yeah, for sure. We fire him all the time.
They get fired and you quit.
Yeah, I quit.
Yeah, I understand. Well, probably every band that's out there has probably been through the same thing. So
no, we got a good relationship, man. We got a good band, good chemistry together. We write well together, we practice well together, and we hang out outside the band as well, you know. So it's kind of a big group of friends that get to play music together, you know. So.
All right, well let's get to some rapid fires. All right, so if you started a podcast, you know, because I'm sure you don't have enough stuff to do. If you started a podcast, who would be your first musical guest?
Jamie Johnson.
I had a feeling.
Every day. I'd have him on like 5 days a week for like 3 months.
I'll see you tomorrow, Jamie.
Yeah, for sure.
Fair enough.
I'd pick his brain till it was all the way down to the bottom. You know? Yeah,
you're probably not the only one. So
he's a huge inspiration for why I even started playing music. You know.
All right. What was your first concert ever? And then what was your first concert that you paid to see? Kenny, you can chime in on that one.
My first concert ever was probably Kelly Pickler.
Okay.
Kelly Pickler. I went and seen her in those red high heels. That's probably the first one that I paid
for.
The first concert I ever went to was probably, I don't know, Tennessee Mojo maybe, something like that.
I don't think that counts.
We was young whippersnappers and y'all was playing all over.
I don't think that counts. But
I would say, I mean, it's been so long. I've been to so many. I couldn't even tell you the first one that I didn't pay for. The first one I paid for was Kelly Pickler.
Gotcha. It's just nice to hear because a lot of times when they're kids, folks are kids, you know, to be somebody like, you know, the other day we got a Tiffany concert, you know, he was like, I don't really want to tell y'all.
So
but
this is the thing, though. I never went to my first concert
until you were older.
28,
something
like that. So I was already out on my own working and stuff. You know,
okay, so as far as another little curve to it, as far as the folks in this scene outside of the country radio, who was the first one that you saw? Do you remember?
In the local scene?
No, like it just not on FM country radio. I know you've seen a bunch of them, but
I would say probably.
Me and you started finding other people.
I watched Cody Jinks. You know, I seen Whitey Morgan in the '78s. They were some of your first ones. Yeah, inspirations to the music that I was listening to. You know that, you know, not really just straight outlaw music, but the southern kind of rock and roll, kind of outlaw country bred together.
I've been trying to think about that. Who my first was that wasn't country radio, and it's hard for me to remember, but. It could have been Jinx at Lafayette's, but I don't remember.
Jinx was a big one, and Whitey Morgan was huge. You know that not many people was listening to. Tennessee Jet. I mean, Tennessee Jet was phenomenal when he opened up. It blew my mind. He was one guy up there playing everything, you know, and rocking out. That was one of the best shows that I've seen.
He's one that as far as on the podcast, like he's one of the nicest dudes ever. Like you know what I mean? I don't know why. I didn't think that he wouldn't be, but when he was, it was cool.
Are they playing Blackberry Smoke on the radio nowadays? Or?
I'm not
'Cause
sure.
I don't listen to the radio.
I'm not sure.
So Blackberry Smoke was another one that was phenomenal. You know that we watched that I haven't heard on the
Someone
radio.
had Kicks 106 on here in town, and I heard a Turnpike Troubadour song.
Oh wow!
And I'm like, oh, that's not supposed to. Like I felt like no,
People are finally seeing the light.
You get them off of the radio.
Yeah.
I listen to Lenox Creek all the time. I haven't heard them on the radio.
Oh yeah.
Kenny, do you remember what your first?
My first concert and my most memorable concert is a concert I never went to.
Okay.
I was going in, I think it was 1977, I was going to Memphis to see Boston.
Oh.
And the police had a strike.
Okay. So you
My
didn't.
parents wouldn't let me go to Memphis to see Boston. Bummer.
There you go.
I understand. That's why we had to ask Kenny. Right? Now they won't let you to come to Memphis for other reasons.
It was also my most disappointing concert.
I understand. All right. Well, this is the most important question of the evening. Been trying to ask you this question for like a year and a half now. So, Travis, Brad, you can chime in on this one too. What's y'all's favorite Little Debbie snack?
Oh, honey bun.
Honey bun?
Yeah, honey bun in the microwave. Full of ice cream in there, in a bowl. Yeah, honey bun.
I like the honey buns because they're soft.
Uh-huh.
That's Kenny ain't got no teeth, so we gotta eat honey bun.
I gotta eat a honey bun.
Zebra cake. All right.
cake.
Yeah.
I have to suck it off. I can't bite it
Oh,
off.
cut the interview.
Who let Kenny in this thing?
That's what I'm saying. We can't let him do
Okay.
anything.
This
That's
is
why he
why-
gets fired all the time.
Just wait till they give me a
People,
microphone.
they're like, oh, that makes sense now. Hey,
He's like,
you ain't Caleb Michael's got his is the. We asked him, Caleb Michael, when they arrested out of Texas, and they asked him that question. He said he liked a good old cream pie.
cream pie.
He forgot the oatmeal part. He was like, oh shit, I'm gonna regret this for the rest of my life.
I like the cream
And his
pie.
manager was sitting beside him going, yes, you will. But it's funny because now he'll send me a picture of oatmeal cream pie from the gas station or whatever, just because it's.
I eat those.
You remember it, yeah. Anyway, all right. Like I said earlier, if y'all make sure you follow Lenox Creek on all the social stuff, engage with stuff that people post. All independent guys. Most people don't just love doing the socials, but when you interact, it helps it get to more people, and lets them know that they're doing something cool. And anyway, and wherever you stream your music, hit that follow button.
For sure. Thank you for having us on here, man.
No problem.
I love it.
I wish you wouldn't have been avoiding me for so long.
I ain't been aboard. Ronnie won't link it up. You gotta blame Ronnie.
Oh, I forgot to record.
Oh, hit the record button, Ronnie.
Let's start over.